So tell me about your FMP. Like, what did you decide to do? You know, what was the theme? How did that work?
My FMP was a health and beauty brand for specifically women over 40 plus. So I've actually got it right here. It's a magazine, like the actual thing is a magazine. So yeah, like all of the pictures, all of the interviews, like design, everything was by me. Basically the idea behind it was I wanted something that was a bit different. So within the beauty industry, after like a lot of research, I realized that, you know, inclusivity and diversity, that's all kind of being worked on right now. It's a very popular kind of niche for people, but because it's so popular, it's not a niche anymore because everyone wants to do it, you know. But one thing I realized that there isn't much of is ageism. Like a lot of those people, they might be diverse, they might be from different cultures, but they're all in the same age group, they're very young. So yeah, I chose to do it on women aged 40 plus. The magazine itself focuses on just like health and beauty stuff that the industry might shy away from. For example, like menopause. I spoke to a lot of different women. We were talking about, you know, metabolism, sex drive, like weight gain, all sorts of things, like gut health. And then just a lot of personal stories, I think, as well, from people who are struggling, getting older, their stories about, you know, how they're dealing with stuff. The front cover is actually my mum, because
that's amazing. When you told me that before, I thought, wow, what a superstar.
Obviously,
Aging
like,
gracefully.
Yeah, I wanted to leave uni something a bit more personal, like obviously having my mum on the front cover, but at the same time it made a lot of sense to me because not only is she a woman of color, but she turns 40 this year. So I just felt like it fit perfectly. And there's an interview on her about how she's feeling about turning 40, what she like wants to accomplish, all of that stuff. As well as the magazine, I also did free marketing campaigns. So I did my first marketing campaign as a charity campaign. So it was with a company called the Menopause Charity, and I kind of like mocked up Instagram posts as if we were collaborating. Because I wanted it to be a bit like authentic, and like if this was gonna sell, I would want my like target market to actually feel like, you know, there's some sort of loyalty to menopause.
Yeah.
And then the other marketing campaign I did was an influencer marketing campaign. That's always fun. We did a lot of work on influencer marketing within the previous year, so I felt it was quite obvious to like include this in my FMP. So I chose very specific influencers on Instagram who are in the same target audience, like 40 plus. So it would just be more like, it would make more sense. And then again, I did like mock up posts. And then the third marketing campaign was actually it wasn't a marketing campaign, it was an event. So I organized like a magazine launch. I did that. That was probably the most funnest like one, I think. Yeah, so that was my FMP altogether. I had the free marketing campaigns and the physical magazine.
That's awesome. And did everything sort of go smoothly with it? Was there anything that, you know, in retrospect you would have done differently, do you think?
I feel like I was quite good with the time management, I'm not gonna lie. I think that is something that I took into consideration this year. Like I really needed to nail that. I think with every FMP, it's not gonna go like strictly according to plan, you know. Stuff always does happen. A lot of the magazine was focused on other people's stories and interviews and photo shoots. So it was stuff like, you know, this model couldn't make it, or this interviewer can't do this, that kind of thing.
I know what you mean. And what would you say were your biggest challenges? Was it that kind of relying on other people? Yeah, and just generally in your year, like what did you find sort of the hardest thing to overcome, or what did you manage to overcome that you'd struggled with previously, perhaps?
Yeah, so for me, it's actually a bit of a personal one, I think. Final year for me was definitely a lot more challenging than any of my like previous years. In December, I actually got diagnosed with PTSD. So like for me, I generally like couldn't even get on with my personal life, let alone uni life, you know. And I was offered to like defer a year. Like my lecturer went through all of the different options I could have gone through. We did consider like, you know, stopping it for a while and starting again next year. But I just I was very like headstrong, and I just kind of felt like I've come this far. I'm not going to stop now. I've chosen an FMP that like I think I'm going to be good at and that I enjoy. So it was kind of just like I didn't want anything to define me. I just wanted to get through and prove that like, you know, you can do it.
Well, good for you. I think that's, you know, that's really inspirational for other people who, you know, have things to overcome, and good for you. And what result did you get?
First class.
Did you? That is amazing. See, even better. Check you out. Anything is possible, right?
I know.
So how do you think you've developed since, you know, like you walked in as a fresher on day one, and, you know, now you're where you are now? What do you, you know, what do you see like as a kind of a development from that early stages where you didn't know what on earth was about to happen?
Okay, so when obviously like you get end of term feedback from your lecturers, right? So every single year, without a doubt, on Rachel, my lecturer, she would literally, okay, I think in first year she called me a space cadet, as in like I was kind of like out of it. And then I think in second year she called me like a airhead, was it, or maybe something like that? I don't know, but yeah.
She's very complimentary, yeah.
No, but it was true. It was true because, like, in my first year for sure, second year she didn't really see much of me. I mean, obviously we did see each other online, but yeah, she was right. I mean, you couldn't have like a serious conversation with me because I was very much just like, yeah, like that's how I spoke, and it's just so embarrassing. But yeah, in third year you can just tell because I'm much more passionate about what I was doing, and I liked my course. Like I was having fun, I was really like investing my time into stuff, so it just developed me as a character as well.
Yeah.
Like even just out of uni, I think I was much more confident in myself. So yeah, I think uni definitely helps you with your career, like, and work wise, but it also helps you like personally develop your character.
So what's your plan? Like, do you have a job, or what are you gonna go and do now? And how do you think your experience of uni will kind of help to get you to where you want to be?
I don't have a job as of yet. I'm still at my part-time retail job, but I'm in the interview stage right now. Obviously, I just graduated a couple of days ago, so yeah, lots of interviews. The goal is to get a job in London. I think before uni, I did want to move to London, and luckily, a lot of the industry jobs is in London now. So yeah, I want to get a job there. And uni, I think, helped me because within the last 3 years, I've had a bit of insight on every industry. So we did a bit of PR, we did a bit of marketing, we did a bit of social media, graphic design. And I think it helped you realise what you're good at, what you want to carry on doing, like what you want to pursue as a career.
So you think you know what direction you want to go in?
Yeah. For me, I think I really liked the editorial side of things. So I liked kind of like writing and even like copywriting maybe.
Oh,
But
right.
I definitely
Cool.
I liked the beauty side of things a lot more. I think with the course we were given a lot of freedom to kind of choose the topic we wanted to get into.
So you think that beauty is kind of more your sort of
Yeah.
bag, really?
Yeah.
That's cool. So what piece of advice would you pass on to level 6 students who are just starting their FMP?
I would say what you plan at the beginning, like when you that first stage of beginning your FMP is not what you're going to end up with as a final result. There's a lot of research, there's a lot of planning and designing to the whole project. So don't be like upset if it changes over time, if it changes more than once, for example. Um, like my FMP was nothing like what I planned at the originally. But it's for the best. I think it's really important to have a mindset of you're going to be selling this afterwards. Like that's the like idea behind it. And there's a lot of like after you're finished with your FMP, there's like a whole process for applying for competitions. So you have to try and be authentic as possible. Try and stand out from the crowd because if you're going to be applying for these competitions where like other universities are going to be applying as well, you obviously want to stand out.
Yeah. Oh, I know what you mean. So did you get any advice from your lecturers that you did listen to or that you chose not to listen to, or
I think lecturers are always going to be there for you. It's how you kind of make your relationship with them. There's some people who don't want to listen to their lecturers and there's some who literally will worship everything they say. But for me, like I think my lecturer was obviously there for me for my personal reasons, so that kind of made our relationship a lot more stronger. But uni-wise and project-wise, I think what I was like repeatedly told in first year and second year was my time management. It was not it. It was not good at all. I was just helpless. And to be honest, in first year, I didn't listen, I'm not gonna lie. And then second year I tried, but I kind of gave up. Um, it was just it's just out of habit, if you don't have that skill it's very hard to kind of like build it. But I think in third year I kind of I went in and she advised me to use like apps and stuff on my time management. So I found this app called Asana. I think that's how you pronounce it. But yeah, that really helped me. So I put everything in my calendar and like I like physically seeing, me ticking stuff off. I think it really helped me.
So
And
did you allocate time then for certain things? Is that how it worked?
yeah.
And then it would say, you're meant to be doing this now, or whatever.
Yeah, so it was kind of like a calendar. Yeah, you just like you could physically see what day and what like time or like an allocated time for each kind of thing that you had to do. And with FMP, you have to like we had to present it every 2 weeks, like everything we've done so far. So knowing that there's like mini deadlines, it really helped me kind of like get a move on. And every kind of 2 weeks, I tried to have done as much as I could, and the app definitely helped me do that.
Yeah, that's cool. So did you get sort of feedback from your tutors then? And
We got feedback from our tutor, and the whole class had to like kind of listen in, and they would all individually say like what they think is good, what they think you could improve in.
That's cool. So all in all then, would you recommend people come and do this course?
Of course. I mean, no, of course, yeah. It was a really good course. I think it gave you a lot of freedom. to do what you wanted. You know, you're not just stuck to just one thing. They give you a lot of insight on the industry as well. There's a lot of guest lecturers who come and kind of like show you what it's like, really. You can really visualize yourself in the industry afterwards.
Yeah.
And it really just helps you kind of enjoy what you do, because no one wants a job that they're not going to enjoy for the rest of their life, you know. You need to be like
Yeah.
passionate about it, and you need to find your way to what you want to do.
That's awesome. Oh, well, thank you so much for your time today.
That's all right.
Good luck with the job hunt.
Thank you. Thank you.
Just imagine you're going to be living in London, living the dream.
Hopefully that is the plan.
How do you feel about making the move to the big city?
I think for the first couple of years I will have to commute. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I can live there.
No.
I've spoken to a lot of people that have worked there in the past and they never moved there, you know. A lot of people work there and commute, so I think I can easily do
I
that.
mean, it's not that far from, where we are, is it?
Yeah. But eventually I'll move, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. All right, well, I'll let you get on with the rest of your day. And hopefully I'll see you soon. All right, lovely. Well, you take care of yourself.
All right, you too. Lovely speaking to you. Bye.
You too. Bye.